All right, we all experience setbacks sometimes, and that's quite a serious topic, but I'm not saying it because I'm going through a setback myself at the moment. I just read a comment the other day, I think the day before yesterday, of like a guy in my comments, and he said that he had surgery and he didn't really know what to do. And I felt the guy's pain, because I'm not saying I know his exact situation, but I've been in similar stuff with my knee, where I had surgery and I couldn't walk for weeks on end. I was just in my bed all the time, giving up. And I also have like some injury in my shoulder earlier. Well, it's the previous year because it's now 2025. But in 2024 in April, so like 8 months ago, I had an injury in my shoulder and I couldn't like even do a push-up on my knees, I couldn't move my arm up. And in those times you're like, what the fuck? Am I ever gonna be as strong as I was before? It's kind of scary because even if you're trying to help it recover, it takes time. And that's why I just want to mention, don't give up on yourself, Like, I know that at the moment you're hurt and you lost your ability to train properly, do what you were able to do before. You lost all these abilities. But in losing all these abilities, you can gain appreciation for what you had, You can gain appreciation for the training you've been doing. You can gain more love for the training that you've been doing. And that's going to be, or that can turn into mental hypertrophy gains, It's not only physical life, You have physical hypertrophy, but in the same sense, you have mental hypertrophy. Because I truly believe that if you have stronger feelings towards your trainings, you want to do it more and more, that's going to give you more gains in the end. So in this period that you're not able to train as much, your physical is like down all the way to like 1%, right? But it's an opportunity to like apply a multiplier in your head for your mental gains. And then when you can get back to it, you have like this hurdle that you've overcome, And when you like run into an excuse not to train or something, like you love your training because in the time that you were unable to train, it was all you could think about. And all you could think about was going forward, You're going to bump into a wall. That's normal. I have to do another warm-up set. Hold on. All right. Back to the topic. The fuck was I talking about? Yeah. I mean, you're unable to train, it sucks, and you don't know if you're gonna get or be able to get back at the training. But in the end, you only have one choice, If you don't keep trying, like imagine you're just sitting on the road where you had to go, and then suddenly this roadblock pops up. You can't go, it's like a big wall, you're looking up. You have two choices. You can either just sit there and cry, and it's harsh to say, but you can just sit there and do nothing, but you're not gonna move forward, It's gonna be a sad experience. Or you can try to overcome the wall. You can bump into it, and you might not succeed the first time, you might not succeed the second time, you might have to, take a detour in the end as well, But even if you like look around, you can't get past the wall directly by just, focusing on your recovery. You can look around, the wall will force you to look around and see it from new perspectives. Maybe you find something new. Maybe you find another way that is a bit longer than the original way you're planned, but it goes around the wall back on the original path. But if you just sit there at the wall and do nothing, that's the worst choice in my opinion, because then you're missing out on those mental hypertrophy gains, It's now like in the most difficult times that if you, go for it, you just do whatever you can. You recover to your best of your ability. You eat to the best of your ability. You sleep to the best of your ability. You train your rehabilitation, like whatever, to the best of your ability. Make the future self proud, because you're going to look back on this and you're going to know from yourself, like when I didn't have any reason to love the training, that's when I was still loving it, That's when I was still going hard. So I know I want to train. And that's going to give you, like I said, the mental multiplier. And the mental multiplier is gonna last the rest of your life, you know. I've had my leg injury 3 years ago, and the only regret I had until last year was I let myself go. I wasn't recovering. I wasn't eating. I wasn't doing my best. Fuck, another warm-up set. All right. So, when I got my leg injury, I let myself go. And the only regret I had later on was that I didn't try harder when I was injured. Because in the end, you know, if you just keep doing something, you're gonna move forward. You're gonna be able to train again. And the reason I don't regret it anymore now is because that was just a big lesson for the second time I got injured. When I got injured with my shoulder, I knew I regretted like not giving it my all with my legs, you know. So then I knew that I have to give it my all with my shoulder. And in doing so, in just showing up, doing what I can, even though it's not much, like I was able to switch my mindset to a positive way. My recovery was way faster. My gains afterwards were way better. And it's just an all in all better experience. So like I'm talking a lot here, but really just I want to say don't give up on yourself if you have like a bit of a wall in front of you at the moment, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. So I think the warm-up is done here. So I'm gonna rest up a bit. Today we're doing some pistol squats. I'm gonna go for a couple of sets with 36 kilos. And then we'll see from there how the training goes. I lied. One more warm-up set. I'm just gonna do one filler rep with the working weight of today, which I hope to set at 36 kilos, like I said. But just because I haven't done it this way before, I'm gonna see if I can get one filler rep in. All right, heavy but not insurmountable. Let's go for 2 or 3 sets, 2 or 3 reps, something like that. Yes! Yes! You guys are asking yourself, Tim, why the fuck are you happy for a fucking 2 rep set with 36 kilos? That's because it's not 36 kilos anymore. On the last set, I changed it to 40 kilos. I put 4 extra kilos in my backpack and I did 2 fucking reps, baby. That's a rep PR because 40 kilos was my 1 rep max, and now I did it for 2 reps on the 3rd set. Let's go. By the way, maybe something I should mention. Today I'm avoiding 1 rep maxes because like a 1 rep max it gives you quite a hit on your recovery, you know. It takes a lot out of you and it doesn't really have a lot of reward because you don't get stronger or a lot stronger doing the 1 rep maxes. You get stronger doing multiple reps, and then when you get stronger you can test yourself using the 1 rep max. But like in terms of, you know, hypertrophy, 1 rep maxes aren't really that good for the amount of effort you have to put in. So today I avoided them by doing 2 rep sets, which is still low, but like ideally, I guess ideally these should be like 3 to 5 at least, you know, and then it's gonna be very good. But 2 reps is better than 1 rep in any case, especially with 40 kilos. So now I'll do it with my right leg as well, and then move on to lighter weight for more reps. All right, lower weight, higher reps. I'm gonna see if I can get multiple sets for 12 reps. Ideally 3, but I really don't know what to expect here, to be honest. So let's just fuck around and find out. Alright. 10 is gonna be enough. Holy fucking shit. All right. That was not only 3 sets of 10 reps. On the second set, I just lost my count and I was going until I thought I got 10 reps, and when I checked it, I got 13 reps. So then I was just like, well, let's do the remainder of the sets just with 12. So I did 10, 13, and 12, basically, when it comes to reps. And this is a bit more of a hypertrophy range, you know. They say like strength is from 1 to 5 and then hypertrophy is from 6 to 12. It's not that black and white, it's like a gray area. It's not like suddenly if you do 7 or 6 reps that your body's like, oh, he did 6, so you only have to put on muscle and not strength. No, it's like a bit of a gradient, you know. If you do 3 reps or something, you're gonna get hypertrophy gains as well, but it's less hypertrophy, more pure strength. And they work hand in hand, so it's good to do both of them, you know. If you do more strength, if you do a strength set, you're gonna have more strength to later on apply to your hypertrophy, so you can go harder. And then vice versa, if you do hypertrophy, you're gonna build more muscle fibers to engage equals a greater strength in the end. So, you know, use them both to the best of your ability for the ultimate gains. That's all I'm trying to say. But the fact that I miscounted on the second set, like on the first set, I thought like, fuck, 10 is hard for 3 sets. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. And then on the second set, I just miscounted, and yes, it was a set like hell, but I did 3 extra reps compared to what I thought I was able to do. Just goes to show that it's a mental battle as well, you know. It's just as much mental as it is physical, which also goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. Like, if mental is 50% of the battle, 50% of your training, and you lose your ability to do the physical part, well, you still have 50% left over to do. I would say more, because you can still work on your physical, right? But like in these times, you have like really time to focus on the 50% of your mental capacity. And if that's going to expand, you're going to make gains as well. And especially long term, it's going to result into gains. That's all I'm going to say regarding that still. But anyway, today was good training. Got a PR for 40 kilos, which I was fucking stoked about. Then like the heavy sets were 3 sets, and then also the lighter sets were 3 sets. So we did a bunch of warm-up sets. And then, yeah, basically 6 main sets, right? And I did some hamstrings before I started this video, just like the pinky Nordic holds, but it was just the same as last time, so I didn't record it. But all in all, good training. I was fucking tired. I waited like 15 minutes to record this because I was just spacing out from all the blood being in my legs instead of my head. But anyway, I'm gonna go take a shower, go downstairs, have a meal, recover, and tomorrow we're gonna have a skill/arm day. I'm gonna switch up my training a tiny bit, so you'll see that tomorrow.